I've been subscribed to Owlcrate since December of 2017. Unfortunately, I didn't start filming my unboxings until July of 2018. Over the years, I've received quite a few books. Some I've read, some I haven't. Some I've loved, others not so much. For the next 6 months, I will make my way through these books. Welcome to the TBR Veterans Project, Owlcrate Edition. Hello everyone, so this first part of this video that you're going to be watching was filmed back in August. It is now November, almost December. So this episode has been a long time coming. So as you can kind of tell, I stopped filming episode 2 and never filmed and posted episode 3 for August. And that is because I have taken sort of a break with this video project because I did a bunch of readathons and I went on vacation and a lot of other things have happened in the last like 3 or 4 months. So yeah, like I said, the first half of this video is filmed in August, and then I will come back to you at the end of the pre-filmed clips and we will get back on track with episode 3, I promise. Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is time for episode 3 of Owlcrate TBR Veterans. I am going to be carrying over Where Dreams Lie Beneath to this month. So I am gonna read this one. I really want to read it, so that's why I'm going to carry this over. So we're gonna pick 5 extra books. So this, I'm not gonna put the gilded ones, or which is steeped in gold, back in here for probably a month or 2, just to make sure we don't draw those again, because I want some new books instead of, you know, the books that I didn't read. So we're gonna pick 5 extra and we'll see what we get. Oh, the second book we'll be reading is Together We Burn, so let me get that. Okay, so book number 2 is Together We Burn by Isabel Ibanez. I think there's another one on my shelves that's also by Isabel Ibanez, so it'd be kind of cool if we pulled both in the same month. But this is what it looks like, and now we're going to read and see what it's about. An ancient city plagued by dragons. May or may not like this. I do like House of the Dragon though, so maybe I'll like a dragon book. Who knows? 18-year-old Zarilla Zalvadar is a talented flamenco dancer and daughter of the most famous dragonor in Hispalia. People come for miles to see him fight in their arena, which will one day be hers. But disaster strikes during one celebratory show, and in the carnage, Zarilla's life changes in an instant. A flamenco dancer who must become a dragon hunter to save her family legacy. With the Dragon Guild trying to wrest control of her inheritance from her, Zarilla has no choice but to train to become a dragonor. But when the most talented dragon hunter left in the land, the infuriatingly handsome Arturo Diaz de Montserrat, withholds his help, Zarilla cannot take no for an answer. Without him, her world will burn. So, interesting. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but I've been surprised before. So now we're going to pick book 3. Oh! I'm actually excited about this one. It is The Buried and the Bound, so let me go get that, because that's actually not on these shelves. It's actually on my TBR cart. This is another book that I own the sequel to. So this is The Buried and the Bound, and then I will also be reading The Summer Queen, which is the matching Owlcrate sequel. So we have the same thing that happened in episode 1, where I'll be reading the original Owlcrate and the matching Owlcrate sequel. So I'm going to read what this is about. As the only hedge witch in Blackthorn, Massachusetts, an uncommonly magical place, Aziza El Amin has bargained with wood nymphs, rescued palm-sized fairies from house cats, and banished flesh-eating shadows from the local park. But when a dark entity awakens in the forest outside of town, eroding the boundary between the human world and fairyland, run-of-the-mill fey mischief turns into outright aggression, and the danger to herself and others becomes too great for Aziza to handle alone. Leo Merritt is no stranger to magical catastrophes. He's in love with someone he doesn't remember thanks to a curse that kicked in on his 16th birthday and ripped away the memories of his true love. A miserable year has passed since then. Desperate for answers, he makes a pact with Aziza. He'll provide much-needed backup on her nightly patrols, and in exchange, she'll help him break the curse. But when the creature in the woods sets its sights on them, their survival depends on the aid of a mysterious young necromancer they're not certain they can trust. They'll have to work together to eradicate the new threat and take back their hometown, even as it forces them to uncover long-buried secrets and make some devastating sacrifices. So, interesting. I know this has to do with fairies, because I think this was in the Courting the Fae book, or book box. Not entirely sure. Oh, I have the spoiler card right here. I could just tell you. No? Okay. Maybe it's not. I thought I had the Dear Reader letter in here. Maybe... Oh! This is definitely a 2023 book because the Dear Reader letter is bound inside. So, interesting. So, that means we only have to pick 2 books because we're carrying one over and we got a sequel included in this month. So, let's see what book 5 will be. Looks like a long one. The Ones We're Meant to Find. So, let me grab that one. Okay, so we have The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan He. This one is an older one because it's got a Dear Reader letter like paper. And I don't remember what theme this was, or month, or year. I want to say 2022, but don't quote me on that. So we're just going to read what it's about. It's been 3 years and 17 days since Sia woke up on the shore of an abandoned island. She has no idea how she came to be marooned or what her life was like before. She has only the rickety house by the sea and the android she built for company and a single memory. Somewhere beyond the horizon, she has a sister, and it's up to Sia to escape the island and find her. A world away, 16-year-old STEM prodigy Casey is also looking to escape from the science she once believed in and from her home. The eco-cities, Earth's last unpolluted habitats, are meant to be a sanctuary for those from deserving lineages, for those committed to the planetary protection, but instead they're populated by people willing to do anything for refuge, even lie. After a series of man-made disasters rocked the planet, Casey must decide if she's ready to use science to help humanity, even though it failed the people who mattered most to her. From Joan He, the critically acclaimed author of Descendant of the Crane, comes a stunning science fiction novel with mind-blowing twists. So this is another sci-fi. So maybe I should take back what I said in episode 2 about not liking sci-fi, because I loved Goddess in the Machine. So maybe I'll actually like this. So I'm going to go into this book a little bit more positive than I did Goddess in the Machine. So that means we get to pick our 6th and final book. I feel like this is going so much quicker now that we got the rules. We know what's going on. So let's pick the 6th and final book. Hopefully it doesn't have a sequel. If it does, I'm putting it back in. We're not doing 7. So book number 6 will be... Can you tell I'm not excited to read this one? It's Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. That is not on these shelves either. It's on the not a top priority shelf in my living room. So let me go grab that. So I was wrong, and it was on these shelves. So we have Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. I'm not excited to read this. I know that it is a King Arthur retelling, but I didn't have a great experience with her first book, Lore, so I'm not really looking forward to reading this. It is gorgeous. It's huge, though. Like, she's thick. And I know that they just released the special edition sequel to this, and I probably will not be buying it because I don't care about this book. So maybe I will try and see if I can find an audiobook of this, so it'll help me get through it quicker. Because with this being the last book, usually does not bode well for being the last book. But yeah. So these are the 6. If I could pick them up. These are the 6 books that we'll be reading for this episode 3. So I guess I will just see you when I start reading them. Welcome to the vlog portion of this video, episode 3 of Owlcrate TBR Veterans. The book for this month is Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. It's so pretty. I am in love with this cover. So we're going to start off with Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. This is a tie-over from July, so I didn't get to this in July, so I'm going to read it in the month of August. This is on Everend, so I'm going to be doing what I did last month, is I'm going to tandem read and listen to audio at the same time, because it kind of helps me read a little bit faster and then know about how long it's going to take me to finish the book. So we're going to start with this one, and I will update you when I'm halfway through. So I am 55% through Dreams Lie Beneath, and I am liking it so far. I think it might just end up being a 3 because I'm kind of not entirely sure like where we're going with the story. Like there are some like things that are being laid out, but I don't know if they're going to come to fruition. So I'm kind of confused as to where we're going exactly. So, but like I said, I like the characters. I like the 2 main characters are starting to get a little bit closer right now. And I think there's one element of this book that I think I know where it's going, but I won't spoil that for you because it's like a big part of this book. So yeah, I love the characters, liking the story so far. Again, not sure where we're going with this plot, not sure how this book is even going to end because it is a standalone. It's not part of a series, so we've got to wrap it up in the next like 200 pages, 150 maybe. So yeah, I will update you when I am done with this. So I have finished Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. I gave it a 3 because I liked this, but I was more interested in the relationship between Clem and Phelan. So I was so much more interested in their relationship and everything going on with them, and like less interested in the plot. So, and I feel like this was way too long. It's 477, but I feel like it didn't need to be 477. I feel like we could have cut about 100 pages of this and it would have fixed a lot of the problems I have with it. So yeah, I gave this a 3. And like I said, this one's different in that the Dear Reader letter is actually printed inside the book. Instead of moving on to Together We Burn, I still intend to read that this month. I really want to move on to The Buried and the Bound by Rochelle Hassan because I really want to read this and The Summer Queen, which is the sequel to this. I'm still going to read Together We Burn and try to read my other books this month, but I really would hate to have to put this back in the jar because I'm really excited to read this. So I'm going to move on to reading this, and then we'll double back to Together We Burn towards the end of the video or end of the month. So I'm about 63% done with The Buried and the Bound. I'm not actually reading this copy. I'm reading my ebook through Scribd because I feel like it's helping me read a little bit quicker. And I am not really loving it, but I don't hate it either. Like the mystery is interesting and I really want to see what happens with Leo and Tristan and everything like that, and like how this ends, because I do have the sequel, the matching sequel, which I think this might be the one that I end up regretting buying unless the second book like pulls it out of the hat and like gives me a fulfilling conclusion. But right now I'm not really digging this. So I'm going to attempt to finish as much as I can tonight. Maybe start The Summer Queen, which is the sequel to this. I'm going to be listening to that one on audiobook. So that should help me get through it quicker. So again, I think we're only going to do like 3 or 4 books this month, just because this month has not been a very good mental health month. So yeah, that is my update on The Buried and the Bound, and I will talk to you when I have finished it. Welcome back. It is now December, so it's been quite a while since I filmed anything. So let me just update you and give you the rundown of how the rest of this episode is going to go. So I finished The Buried and the Bound, and I think I gave it like a 2 because I did not really enjoy this. I liked the dynamics between all the characters, but it reads very like young YA, and like that's not really a good thing in my book. I don't know what this demographic is for this particular book, but it feels very young YA. So yeah, that's that. And then I have DNF the Summer Queen at 15%. I know that normally I read halfway through, but I feel like since this is a sequel and I didn't really like the first one, I don't feel like I should have to read halfway through because I already know that I don't like this series. And I'm also mad because when I started reading this, I thought it was a duology. It's a trilogy, so I'm not going to continue in this series. And this is one of those that I bought without reading the first book, and I think this is the first one that I actually regret buying because I don't like this series and I'm not gonna continue in it. So we still have the 3 books that I didn't read in August, and that is The Ones We're Meant to Find, Together We Burn by Isabel Ibanez, and Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. So I have 3 that we're carrying over from August, technically. And then I have 3 more that I still need to read to catch up on Spookopalathon, I believe. And then I think one of these is from Magical Readathon. So that is Witches Steeped in Gold, which if you'll remember, this came up in episode 1 of TBR Veterans, so it's haunting me. Luckily, this does have an audiobook, so I can listen to the audio in between physical reading. Crown of Feathers, which I believe was from Magical Readathon. So I am currently listening to this on audio. I don't know where I am because I've not had the chance to like look through the book to see where exactly I am in this book. And then we have another Isabel Ibanez book, and that is What the River Knows. This is from Spookopalathon. I pulled this in a chance card, and so I still need to read it. I'm going to start reading it today. So you're getting basically like 9 books in this vlog because I need to get through these and not put them back on my shelves because my shelves are currently at capacity now because I've spent the last couple months not really reading at all due to personal reasons and things like that. So yeah, these are the 6 books that we still need to read for this. Oh, well, I've got one turned around, oh well. But these are the 6 that I need to read for the month of December. So you're kind of getting a 2-in-1. As for the stats, I am going to be including everything that I've read in the last couple months that happens to be a TBR vet, because there's like Legendborn and Ironheart, which that's technically a sequel, but still, and then these. So, and there was a couple from Magical Readathon and Spookopalathon that I did read. So yeah, you're basically getting like a 2-in-1 episode. So you're getting an August and a December smashed into one, and we're just gonna call it episode 3. This is just a Franken episode, I guess you could say, because I'm just splicing clips together of what I filmed and what I've read and everything. So yeah, that is the update, and I will come to you when I am halfway through What the River Knows. This book is so pretty. I fawned over it yesterday. It's very big. She's tall. She's very heavy. It's What the River Knows, and on the back it says The Nile Knows Everything, and it's by Isabel Ibanez. So I'm about halfway through What the River Knows, and I am loving the mystery right now. We just found out something about her uncle that I totally called. And then Inez and Wit's relationship. I am loving their relationship so much. I think I'm going to really love this book. Owlcrate does have a matching sequel for this, so if I finish this book and I want to continue in the series, I can purchase the matching cover or sequel for this. It kind of looks exactly like the trade cover, kind of like this one when I have the dust jacket on it. but it's like slightly different colors. And then of course it's going to have the stenciled edges like this one does, so they match. But yeah, I will update you when I am done. I am also audiobooking Crown of Feathers because I'm trying to like do 2 books at once. So I will talk to you when I'm halfway done with that book also, whenever that ends up being. So I have finished What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez, or Ibanez, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I have finished this book. I gave it I think either a 4 or 5. I loved it. I really love Wit and Inez, and I'll talk more about them when I get into my review of this, when I actually review it on my channel. But yeah, I finished this one. I am definitely going to immediately go and buy the matching sequel. Owlcrate still has some on their website, so I'm definitely going to pick up the matching sequel for this. Where I will put it on my shelves, I don't know. I've had to start putting books over in my living area on those shelves that I've reorganized. You can see my reorganization video to see that, but because it'll be not a top priority right now, and these shelves are full, and I'm not adding any more books to them because we're supposed to be taking books off, not adding to. So yeah, I have finished this book. And I actually kind of predicted this book. And that is a Crown of Feathers by Nikki Preto. I don't know, I can't pronounce that last name. And I have chosen to DNF Crown of Feathers by Nikki Preto. I got halfway through this. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know where the story is going. I don't know why Sev is here. There's like 3 different point of views. There's Sev, who is like a soldier and also an animage, like in the army, and he's like masquerading as a soldier so he doesn't get put into like slavery and everything, and he's like hiding his animal magic and things like that. Then you have Veronica, who is like probably this character right here on the front, and she wants to be a Phoenix Rider. And then we have Tristan, who is the son of the commander of the Phoenix Riders that exist now, and they're like building up their numbers. But I'm like, I don't care. I got halfway through and I was like, where are we going with this? I don't care about these characters. I like the building of Tristan and Veronica's relationship, but I know that it's gonna backfire because she is masquerading as a boy, kind of like a la Mulan style, to be able to learn how to be a Phoenix Rider. And I'm like, this is going to blow up extremely badly. And I read a review and it says that like this whole entire thing is like resolved in like 50 pages, like 10 minutes basically. And I was like, okay, I don't need to continue. But I do like Tristan and Veronica's relationship. I just know that it's going to go downhill from here. So I would rather stop while it's good. But yeah, I don't care about this story. So I'm choosing to DNF because I have 4 more books that I need to get read by the end of this month. So yeah, DNFing Crown of Feathers. I think this is the only, no, this is the second DNF of this video, along with the Summer Queen. Yeah, the Summer Queen. So we have 2 DNFs so far. So we're doing good, I guess. So the next 2 books coming up are going to be the ones we're meant to find. I'm audiobooking this one, so I'll be doing this one in tandem with another book. But I know that this is a sci-fi. I really hope I like it, because I liked Goddess of the Machine and I like Heart of Iron, but I hate Crier's War. So we'll see which side this falls under. And then the book that I'm reading physically is going to be Together We Burn by Isabel Ibanez. So this will be a second Isabel Ibanez book for this video. So you're getting kind of 2 in 1. It's also kind of short. It's not as big as What the River Knows, I don't think. It doesn't look bigger than that. But yeah, these are the 2 that are next on the docket. So like I said, physical and audio, so I can do 2 books at once. I have been using Beckett and the Books dice sprints, and they've been so helpful to me. when doing this project and everything. She hasn't had any like recent ones. I mean, she did for Spookopoly-thon, and I think she did one like 2 weeks ago or so, but I've been watching a lot of her old ones. And I also like to watch Gavin, not How to Train Your Gavin. That was his old YouTube name. Gavin Reads It All. I also use his reading sprints to help me get through these books because I need the motivation, because if I just try to sit down and read these, I'm not going to read them. I'm going to like end up playing Disney Dreamlight or My Sims or Hogwarts Legacy or some other video game that I'm currently obsessed with. So yeah, these are the 2 books that I'm currently reading. And the book for June was Together We Burn by Isabel Ibanez. I swear she's written something else that I know that I've heard about, but I can't think off the top of my head. So I am halfway through Together We Burn, and I have to say that I don't like it as much as What the River Knows. I feel like Inez and Wit had better chemistry than the 2 leads of this book. I mean, they're okay, I guess. The chemistry is okay between them, but I'm really like, if I wasn't so invested in like who killed the dragons and who's like trying to go after her family, then I probably would have DNF'd by now. But I'm really interested in the mystery aspect. I think this is a standalone, so thankfully there's not a second book. But yeah, I'm not enjoying it as much as I did her other duology, the What the River Knows, the Nile Secrets, whatever that series is called. So yeah, I will update you when I have finished this. I am also audiobooking The Ones We're Meant to Find, so I will update you when I'm halfway through that book as well. So I have finished Together We Burn by Isabel Ibanez. I did not like this as much as What the River Knows. The ending is horribly cliche, and I kind of saw where we were going with it towards the end. I think I got 75% in, and I was like, okay, I know how this book is ending. So yeah, I gave this, I think I gave it a 3 because I really enjoyed the like mystery of who killed the dragons and who was against her family. Like I said, it ended incredibly cliche, so yeah, I didn't really enjoy the ending. And then this month's book is The Ones We're Meant to Find, which I have seen this around BookTube and Goodreads. I don't know what it's about. I never know what the Owlcrate books are about. And then I got halfway through The Ones We're Meant to Find and decided that I am DNFing it because I don't like the characters. I'm not interested in like how C finds her sister Casey. There's a whole like subplot of the world is on fire, so we had to find out a way to save the human race and things like that. And I was just like, I am not interested. I don't buy the romance between C and Hero. Because I was like, you have known each other a week? And yeah, no. The sci-fi was very detached and like clinical, which is why I don't like sci-fi. I guess I like sci-fi with like fantasy elements, kind of like Heart of Iron and Goddess in the Machine. So it's like magic and science like together in the same universe. I like that. But this was just cold and clinical, and I don't know if this was originally published in another language and then translated. I don't know, but I did not enjoy this. I know this is by the author of Daughters of the Crane, Descendant of the Crane, so I've never read that book either. I know that that's more like a fantasy and this is a sci-fi, so I'm like, once again, sci-fi has struck out with me. So yeah, DNFing this one. And I have started Silver in the Bone. I'm only like 50 pages in, so not very far at all. I like it so far, I guess. I'm just afraid of what it's gonna end up like, if it's gonna end up like lore and just be like, when is this book gonna be over? So yeah, this one is my physical read. And then the last book, it is like currently the 29th or the 30th of December. So gotta get reading because I might have to end up pulling this over to January, which I don't want to because I'm excited about January's books, which you'll see after this. I've already filmed that part because I was like, I just want to know what I'm going to be reading for January so I can look forward to something. So I am audiobooking this one. So this will be my audiobook and then this will be my physical read. I've not gone through January's books to see if any of those have audiobooks. But yeah, we're currently doing the biggest 2 books together at the same time. So maybe this will come back to bite me. Maybe it won't. I'm going to go find another dice sprint for Becca to watch and hopefully get into these books a little further. And I will update you when I am halfway through either of them. And then this is the book, and it's Witches Steeped in Gold, which I believe is Jamaican inspired. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. So I am 57% into Witches Steeped in Gold, so pretty far in. I have about 190 pages left, so my goal today is to get this done. I think this will be the last book because I think I'm gonna roll over Silver and the Bone to January and just get started on that episode because it is currently the 6th of January, and yeah, I just want to be done with this episode since this one was all over the place. So yeah, this will be the last book of the vlog, so I will let you know when I have finished it. So I have finished Witches Steeped in Gold by Cian Smart, and I will not be continuing in this series. I did enjoy this book. I just feel like it leaves off on a place where I don't really need to know what happens next. So if this happens to be like available on an audio or an ebook, then maybe I would consider continuing, but I won't be purchasing the sequel. I am bringing over Silver in the Bone to January. I'm about halfway through this. I haven't filmed my clip for my update yet. I will be after I finish this. But yeah, this one is coming over into January, so hopefully you will see that video soon once I'm done reading all the books for January. So these are the books that I read in this episode. I could not tell you how many I finished or DNF'd or what the ratings are, so that will be at the end of this video where you'll get to see the whole wrap up. A lot of these were read over the course of August, September, October, November, and December. So 5 months of reading, basically. So some of these are were included in the first half of this video. Some were included from the back half. But yes, in total, we have read or DNF'd 8 books, which I think will be the most that we ever do in one episode. So yeah, this now concludes the long-awaited episode 3 of Owlcrate TBR Veterans, and I will see you guys later. Bye!